live.
We are live. So what's going on?
Not too much. Just trying to figure out the balance of being here with my wife being at the office a majority of the time.
Okay.
Just seems like I'm always going.
Always going in regards to with the kids, as far as getting them where they need to go?
Kids, house, just everything in general.
Yeah.
So, but
because she gets to use the excuse that she's at work, so since you're working from home, you have time to take care of everything else.
Yeah, but she's really trying to make sure like everyone's chipping in.
Uh-huh.
So,
and that's not happening. That's what it sounds like.
It's been better the last couple of days. We'll say that.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's I do everything for the most part, because it's working from home is it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, in regards to you technically do have more time since you're not having to use time to commute, the back and forth to work. But it just puts a lot of pressure on everything else.
Oh yeah.
So you put a lot more on your plate. So totally understand that. Totally get that. So. But I thought she was only going in 2 days or 3 days a week. Still going? Or did she switch over to all 5?
No, this week she's going in 3, but she's been going in 4. She's getting more done in the office, like seeing people and being able to work with them face to face has been better for her, which I get to a degree.
Yeah. Well, you got work-life balance though.
Yeah,
you got to find that. That's always a hard thing to do.
Yeah,
it really is. So, but you guys will figure it out. You will.
Yeah. It's getting better the more it's happening. So,
yeah. And then, you just went on a college visit a couple Saturdays ago. At this point, I think, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, right? So eventually, maybe 2 kids will be out of the house to help, ease the burden of not having as much housework to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. We've gotten. I mean, anytime someone's gone for a prolonged period, it just something feels off.
Of course. Yeah, so the house feels empty.
Yeah. So
it's less chaotic. It's quieter. And it's eerie how quiet it is, because we had a couple sleepovers happen over spring break where it's just the house is a different vibe. It's when not all 5 are there.
Yeah. So being just Will, he's going to have a year where he's not driving, so it's going to be back to us taking him everywhere.
That's going to suck.
but I will take that for 1 kid instead of 3. So
right, exactly.
Every day of the week.
So how did college visits go?
They went pretty good. I don't think either one of them are into Columbia College, but Madeline really liked Missouri State.
So wait, you went all the way down to Springfield and then went all the way up to KC?
No, we Friday we went to Columbia. We hung out with Mike. They did the college visit in the afternoon because they had a half day of school.
Okay.
So Will and I just kind of goofed around in Columbia. We had dinner with Mike, stayed there, drove to Kansas City the next morning.
Okay.
Did the con and then drove down to Springfield, which was about 2.5 hours. So then we spent Sunday in Springfield.
Wait, did you just say the drive to Springfield from Kansas City was only 2.5 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
No way. It's like 4 hours from here, isn't it?
Yeah.
How is Kansas City closer when you're going west? It's straight shot west. Well, I guess it is southwest, isn't it?
Yeah,
Southwest
so we just had to go down.
So just the south part.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't interstates the whole way too, so
it was not interstate. It's all side roads.
Not completely. Like the smaller highways, 2 4-lane highways.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that sounds okay. So, But Missouri State was a hit because my nephew was just there. They took my nephew down to Missouri State, and I did not get a report about whether or not he liked it.
Yeah.
So they visited Columbia College, but they did not visit Mizzou.
They'd already visited Mizzou.
Yes. Okay. So
Mizzou,
getting all the kind of local schools knocked out is what it sounds like.
I think that's going to be the farthest we go. Actually, is Springfield.
Oh, that'd be the farthest away. Okay.
Yeah, and Madeline said the one thing that's holding her back from that school is it's 3 hours away. She wants to be a little bit closer than that.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Plus, Mizzou has Mikey right there, so that's built in for her.
Okay. No, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2 weeks ago, I'm trying to think. Had I talked to you about our visit to SIUE?
No.
Okay. That was the most recent one,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're still kind of debating bigger schools further away because he's getting feedback that he needs to throw his hat in the ring for a little bit more prestige, which I don't agree with that in regards to what's the point of a more. I don't know. It was debated amongst some other people in regards to you do want to surround yourself with people that will push you and they will challenge you to try to,
Yeah. I
get
get
you out
that.
of your comfort zone. And if you are struggling with ideas for capstone projects or things like that when it comes to crunch time, towards the back end of your college career, what would you prefer? Do you want people that are going to push you to compete because competition is going to be there no matter what?
Yeah.
Or do you take the easier route, the more affordable route? And I go, man, those are really great points I never really brought to myself, and I really presented to him, going, maybe even if you don't go for the visit, go ahead and see if you get accepted. And you
Yeah.
can always go for a visit after you get accepted.
Yeah.
Just to say, hey, it's an option, because you don't know if it's an option until it's not an option.
Right.
It's kind of how I wanted to present that to him. And so then he's like, okay, maybe I'll agree to that. I'll do some virtual tours. And then, because he's like, well, why am I going to go drive 6 hours? Because when I texted you out in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
that was for Marquette. And then, he really is anti going to Ohio State, but it sounds like a great school. They have a good connection with his high school. A lot of kids from there went there. It's a good program for what he wants to study.
Yeah, but it's Ohio State.
But it's Ohio State. Well, it's Ohio State. And that's a big school, and you're talking about it's a complete culture shock for. Even Mizzou was a culture shock for him.
Yeah,
that's a big time shock for this kid, and just size wise too. It's big. It's really big for him. So we've got some thinking to do in regards to that. Like, they're even saying, hey, with what his portfolio looks like, which is weird for me to say, which it sounds snobbish, but that's the kind of school this is.
Yeah.
They do create a portfolio. And he's like, well, with what you've got in there right now, throw your hat in the ring and see what John Hopkins says. See what MIT says. MIT's a no way. I'm like, they take the 0.1% of 0.1%
Yeah.
of kids, but they're like, no harm in trying though, right? And I go, yes, you're just wasting money for me to apply places. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend money for him to apply to MIT. He's a bright kid, but he's not a. MIT is a school where you are an innovator and you're going to create something, and you're going to create a patent, and you're going to create a business. Is how I look at that. And that's not his drive. That's not his passion. He doesn't want to start a company. He doesn't want to. Now patent something he would be okay with, but he doesn't have big.
How's he at card counting though?
The card counting, not good, not good. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things where they're just they want him to moon. And I go, you can do it, man, but you can also just go to community college and knock out stuff really cheap if you really wanted to. Because if the goal is to get a degree, which you don't have to, I keep trying to stress, you don't have to go to school.
Yeah.
But if that's what you want, you think that's what the path you need to take, this is still a valid option, and it's a smart option. If you really want to, and if you're not sure about going away, let's do this. Let's go close. Let's go cheap. Let the least amount of debt as possible. Let's cash flow this whole thing as much as possible and get you that piece of paper, which no one's going to care about what the name is on there, versus if you're able to do the work they want you to do.
Yeah.
So it's just that stupid world we live in now. But anyway, that's just one of those things. But
is he doing the A+ stuff in case he does decide to go that route?
No.
Nope.
He's not. Which I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, to be honest with you. Because again, yeah, if he wanted to, if doing that, what's nice about the places we're going is the very first class they force these kids to take at two of the schools is, here's every kind of engineering that's available to study.
Yeah.
Make sure you want to do that. And I think that's to help weed these kids out and go, if this is not for you, we'll stop you right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you'll stop wasting money. And I go, that's a thankful thing. That's a really thankful thing.
Oh,
and then we'll go towards like a state tech or something like that, because he knows he needs to do something. And at least they'll train him to do some kind of trade of some kind with his hands. So
has he looked at Missouri S&T?
Yeah, no, that's his number one right now.
That's his number one.
Yeah, that's his number one. He likes it best.
It's a good school for engineering.
It is. Yeah. No, we're very, very impressed with that place. But although what I wanted to garage SIUE, SIUE was interesting. Have you ever been out there for any reason?
Will had a soccer tournament near there, but I don't think we really saw much of the campus.
Okay, so the campus, what's funny about the campus is you get off the highway, you hang a left, and you go down a long road.
Yeah.
And eventually it dead ends into the college.
Yeah.
You dead into it. There's nowhere else for you to go but the college. And it was nice. It's actually, it was really nice compared to what I thought it was. But the problem is it's such a commuter school. And we went on a Saturday when the traffic wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Then I can only imagine how awful it'd be to try to go over there. Unless he's going to stay on campus, which again, he has to make that decision if that's what he'd want to do or not. The fear being all that driving back and forth, a lot of mileage, a lot of gas every single day kind of thing. And so you'd have to kind of think about that. But what I compared to, I was like, this is just a really nice version of UMSL. It's all it is. It's a really, really nice version of UMSL.
Yeah.
Which is another big time commuter school where it's professional adults, kids that didn't really know what they wanted to do, or they got a full ride there somehow.
Yeah.
And it just was the cheapest option, how I kind of look at that place. What was nice though, what was really nice, I told him, you're getting, every time you do these tours, remember, you're getting the best of the best. You're getting the highlights of the school. They're trying to attract you. It's a sales pitch. Yeah. They're giving you their sales pitch to go. But the nice part was the guy that took him on the tour of the engineering school, he was the head of the department he wants to study in.
Okay.
And this guy was not a tour guide by any means, but he was a teacher. And he spent a lot of the time kind of saying, when you're in this room, this is the kind of the lessons we'll learn, and this is what and that was really helpful.
Yeah.
And I said, Brody, here's the thing. If this guy speaks to you in any way, because he was the most passionate teacher. Like, I was like, you're going to be successful if your teachers are passionate about what they're teaching. It makes a huge difference. Where if you just get a guy that's coming in here, he's had the same notes on his laptop for how long, he's had students year after year after year copying down the same notes. He makes one revision to his book that he's going to make you buy.
Yeah.
All that crap. It's garbage. But if he's really into what he's teaching, this guy was really, really into it. I was like, this makes a big difference. But he just walked away not impressed by it very much. Although I walked away way more impressed than he did. For a commuter school, though, it was really nice.
Yeah.
And actually, the dorms weren't bad. I will say this much: the dorms at SIUE were nicer than the dorms at SLU, and SLU costs about 10 times as much to go to.
Yeah.
I go, that's pathetic.
Yeah.
If you're going to charge that much, you need to do some upgrades and do some updates. And they just hadn't done it any since 1970, maybe 1960.
Wow.
They're awful. They're really bad. At least the ones we saw. Now, who knows? There might be some nice ones that we didn't get to tour. But if this is your sales pitch to get kids to go there, not a good one. Not a good one. So, yeah, man. No, it's a sprint to the end of the year, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's super crazy. And the next year will be just as fast, I have a feeling. So
probably faster.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
With all the senior stuff they'll be doing.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think the kid's putting too much on his plate, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I was like, usually seniors don't like to take really that hard of classes because they're going to kind of coast their last year. This kid signed up for an extra AP course.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you idiot.
Well, that's
no, actually, we encouraged it. We definitely encouraged it. So.
That's Madeline, but I mean, she's also trying to graduate a year early, so she's got to put in all this extra next year to be able to do it.
Yep. So, and here's the thing: maybe she doesn't graduate early. Maybe she just goes first semester or something like that.
Yeah,
goes next semester. If it doesn't pan out, but yeah, at least she has a goal.
Yeah, no, she's on pace to do it. And she's going to walk out of high school with more college credits than I probably had after my first year.
Right? Yeah. Well, I think that, that's a good thing with as much as they're charging for school these days. It's just, and the problem though is you got to hope and pray that stuff transfers wherever she wants to go, which if it's in the state of Missouri, I think she'll be okay.
Yeah.
Except the private schools are a little bit different, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Depends. I don't know what Columbia College takes. It's because Columbia, that's not public, right? That's a private school.
Yeah, it is.
I'd just be curious with what credits they take and what they don't.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much not in the picture for either one of them, so we don't have to worry about it.
So pretty much it's down to Missouri State versus Mizzou right now.
For Madeline, Kaylee likes Central Methodist, which is just outside of Columbia.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Methodist though, huh?
Well,
interesting.
We're going to a Methodist church, so
okay.
If the scholarships aren't there and we're a member of the church, we get half off tuition.
Okay, there you go.
So.
And what's she looking into studying?
Elementary teaching.
Oh boy! Oh, she's following mom's footsteps, and let's see if she actually follows through. No, screw these kids. I ain't down with this. No.
She works with kids a lot, so I think it'll stick for her.
Okay. And it's a great career because she'll never be worrying about when she's getting laid off.
Yeah.
They'll be begging. They won't pay her anything, but man, she'll always have a job.
Yeah.
That's the nice part. Nice longevity. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, so, update me on the Comic-Con.
All right. Well, first here, I'm drinking a beer from Springfield, Missouri.
Springfield Mo. Okay, what we got?
It is 4x4 Brewing Company. It's Parkside Pineapple, New England-style IPA with pineapple.
A little fruit in there, eh?
Yeah.
Gives a little sweet taste to it?
A little bit, yeah.
Sprinkled with a little bit of meth. A little bit of meth in there.
Little bit. Just a hint so you can just...
a hint of meth so you get the real taste of Springfield, Missouri.
6.5% ABV. I give it probably 3 out of 5.
Okay. Middle of the road.
Yeah. I had it a couple years ago. We went to the brewery when we were down there for a trip, and I just went to the grocery store and grabbed 2 6-packs of whatever they had that was from there. So I'd already had this one, but it's decent beer. The other one I liked better. It's I don't remember the name of it. It's a double IPA. It's like 9.6%.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's way stronger. Okay.
Yeah, much stronger. So.
Okay, so we're drinking that, and then now Con, tell me, I'm super interested.
All right, I did pretty well. It's the second year in a row they didn't really have much as far as like discount trades like they used to.
What are they doing?
This is the
whole point of having these things.
I know.
Get rid of your stock and your inventory.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
So it was super crowded again. I think they said last year was the biggest crowd they had. This year might have topped it. It's almost getting to the point where I don't really want to go because it's just like pushing your way through crowds.
Oh, that's the worst. Okay.
Yeah. So I walked down.
Now, did it have to do with the fact that you went on a Saturday, though, instead of going to do the Friday or Sunday?
Probably. Both those would probably be easier to get through. I don't know. Maybe I look into that next year, do the Sunday, and then drive back afterwards. On Saturday, I think it goes to like 6.
And see, they close down early. That's early. You would think they would let it go throughout the day a bit. Get your early crowd and get your late crowd.
Yeah. Sunday, it ends at like 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah, because everyone has to hit the road, get home. But okay. All right, so super crowded.
Yeah.
No discounts, so not a lot of good deals to be had.
I did all right, though.
Okay. So what'd you pick up?
Well, there's one booth that's always there, and they always have 4 trades for $20.
Okay, which is good. $5 a trade. So that's a good deal. I like that.
And then they also usually have discounted stuff that's either damaged or overstocked. So I was able to pick up a few books from that booth. So I ended up with Deadpool Volume 4 by Jerry Duggan. Okay. Volume 7 of that same run. Volume 3 of the next run by Scotty Young. The Ghost Fleet, the whole goddamn thing. Killer Be Killed, Volume 2.
Okay.
New Mutants, Demon Bear. And then...
that's what the movie was based off of.
Yeah, vaguely.
Lightly. Yeah, very lightly.
Yeah. And then Radiant Red, Volume 1.
Okay.
Picked up a couple minifigs. I got Heath Ledger's Joker.
Nice.
Yes.
Like it.
I didn't have a Joker yet, so I was glad to get that one. Then I picked up a Nightcrawler and a Weapon X.
The Nightcrawler, did it come with swords?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, because I've seen that one before, I think.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see.
Nice. Yeah. No, I've definitely seen that before.
Yeah.
And then you said you got Weapon X with the weird helmet?
There's the Joker. So, and then I only got 3 signatures. because I couldn't find Jason Aaron. He was never there when I went by.
Okay.
But I got Doug Mahnke.
Okay, yeah.
I got him on a Batman trade, and then issue number 1 of whatever book him and Jason Aaron just did for Batman.
Okay.
Batman
Jason Aaron
All-World.
I didn't know Jason Aaron did a Batman book.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. I stopped picking it up with issue 4.
Okay.
So, and then I got Jimmy Palmiotti on my Wolverine Origin trade.
Hold on, you're cutting out. Oh, there you go. You back?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. You said you picked up at the Jason Aaron. He wasn't there, but you had Doug Mahnke.
Yep.
He did a Batman book.
Yep.
You said he signed, and then some. I didn't catch what you said after that.
And then the other one was Batman Off-World that was written by Jason Aaron. So I was disappointed I didn't get it signed.
Okay. Yeah, Jason Aaron's original pitch for there was an original pitch that didn't go through apparently.
Yeah. I'd hate to see what the
Batman
original
Off-World.
is if the second one got picked up.
And he's writing Batman and Superman right now, I guess.
I don't know. Mark Waid was writing it.
Okay. Batman Off-World 1 review. Batman Off-World 1 is a cool action-packed comic with clever twists. Jason Aaron might have gotten his groove back, and Doug Mahnke's art is blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Yeah. The art was good.
Batman
The story
Off-World
wasn't.
brings Marvel icon Jason Aaron back to DC. I don't remember Jason Aaron being over at DC, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay. So, Off-World. Yeah, I see it there. Okay. So you got Mahnke, and who else did you get?
Jimmy Palmiotti on the Wolverine Origin trade.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then I got Tim Seeley on Nightwing number 1 of the Rebirth series.
Yeah.
And it's real cool. He's got the baton over his face, and he signed it right across the baton.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It looks really cool.
Now, did you have to buy a book for them to sign?
No.
Or could you they sign your stuff?
Yeah. Mahnke would sign anything. Palmiotti would sign the first thing for free, and then $10 for each additional thing. Okay. And then Seeley, I just had the one book for her, so I don't know if he was charging for seconds.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So there were other people I probably could have gotten to. I brought stuff for other people, but we were just walking around the whole time. I didn't feel like going back and waiting in a line.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but the funny thing was, when we went to Springfield and Will and I were messing around while the girls were doing the college tour, we found a V-Stock there. So I went there and I dug through their trades, and I picked up 4 trades from there. Mm-hmm. Department of Truth, Volume 3. Nightwing.
Do you have Department of Truth 1 and 2?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So I've been
these random trades.
I've been watching for 3 and 4, but I just hadn't found them anywhere, and it was $8 for that. So I figured that's like half price.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What? What do you need? Oh my god. Oh my god. Now you said hello. Go. Yeah, our episode interruption every single time without hesitation. Go.
She sits there and waits for you to start record to do that.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said she sits there and waits for you to record so she can do that.
I'm telling you, it's something. Anyway. Yeah. So, okay, you said Department of Truth is what you said?
Yeah.
What did you have after that?
The New 52 Nightwing, Volume 2. I had Volume 1 of that already. Yeah. Saga, Volume 11. That's the most recent trade that came out for that.
I'm so behind on Saga.
I know.
Is it any good anymore? Are you just picking up, or are you actually reading it? Are you just picking up to eventually read it through all of it at one point?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to end so then I can read it all. I've read through Volume 9, I think. Okay. But it just seems so long ago. I'm going to have to reread the whole thing anyway, which is worth it. Yep.
Now, I will tell you this, that the Nightwing stuff you're going to read for the New 52 stuff, I actually enjoyed Nightwing from New 52.
Yeah.
I had no issues with it. It was very entertaining, and then you'll eventually get to the Spiral stuff. And Spiral, everything that has happened in Nightwing that has made it really good, they do reference back to everything that happened.
Yeah.
So it's important to go through the whole timeline of his whole story from New 52 now.
Yeah, and that's Kyle Higgins wrote that, and I'm a fan of the Radiant Black, Radiant Red stuff. So looking forward to finally sitting down and reading those. And then the last one I got was Scalped Volume 2.
Nice.
I have 1, 3, and 4.
I wonder if I have Scalped, or do I just have one? I know I have one of them. It was really good. I just never kept up with it. Because how many volumes did he do with that? Is that still ongoing?
I don't think it's ongoing anymore, but I don't know how many volumes there are.
Okay, what's Radiant Red? I'm looking that up. That sounded familiar for some reason. A criminal turned matter-absorbing superhero with a mysterious stranger in her class and a nose reporter on her doorstep.
So I read Radiant Black. It was the first part of that story, and it kind of felt like a Power Ranger type thing, but better. Power Ranger superhero. It was really good. And I want to read the whole series, but he's still making them too, so I'm gonna just gradually pick them up until they're done.
Yep. Here goes. Someone says, "Is Radiant Black any good?" Radiant Black is, in my opinion, the best indie superhero comic in a long time. Now, those are interesting words.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the fact that now in a long time now, I guess they're not. I mean, Invincible's been done for a while now, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I will say that obviously, Invincible is the pinnacle of all independent superhero comic books, in my opinion.
Yeah. This isn't quite that level, but it's a notch below it.
He picked up the first 10 issues for $1.50 a book on the floppies. First 10. I was like, that's a good deal.
That is a very good deal.
Really good. What about Rogue Sun? No, someone also said check out Rogue Sun.
I don't know about Rogue Sun.
It's part of the Massiverse, which Radiant Black started. What's the Massiverse?
It's whatever universe Higgins created that all this stuff ties into.
Another verse.
Yes.
Oh no! Multi-book crossover. Oh god.
Yeah.
I can't get it because I still haven't even dipped my toe into the Void Rival Transformer Joe.
The Energonverse.
The Energonverse. Yeah, I haven't even dipped my toe into that one yet, man. Oh.
You need to. It's so good.
Oh, God. Is it all in trade format? Is everything in trade?
At least volume 1 of everything. So volume 1 of Void Rivals and Transformers. There were 4 G.I. Joe miniseries. And I think the floppies are on issue 4 of the regular series of that now. You might be able to get second volumes of Transformer and Void Rivals at this point.
Hold on. Now, are you calling it the Energonverse, or is the internet calling it the Energonverse?
I think Robert Kirkman's calling it that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here it is, Energon Universe reading order. Hold on. Now, the question is, did they put it in trade format, or is this going to be in floppy format? Bear with me, sir.
Yeah. They probably put it in floppy format, but you don't have to jump from floppy to really understand what's going on any of them. 3
pillars of the Energon universe: Void Rivals, Transformers, and G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree? Okay.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. Reading order. Void Rivals Volume 1, More Than Meets the Eye. Transformers 1, Robots in Disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Duke Volume 1, Knowing is Half the Battle. Cobra Commander Volume 1, Determined to Rule the World. Void Rivals Volume 2, Hunted Across the Wasteland. Transformers Volume 2, Transport to Oblivion. And then the Energon Universe Special 2024. How do you get your hand on that? I'd probably have to eBay that one if you want to get a hold of it. Let's see. Scarlet Volume 1, Destro Volume 1, Void Rivals Volume 3. Did you realize there's Volume 3 of all these already?
I guess it is. I think I just picked up issue 17.
Volume 3 comes out June 10th.
Okay.
Transformers Volume 3 comes out May 27th. G.I. Joe Volume 1, The Cobra Strikes is June 25th. Or sorry, June 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But you could get a Void Rivals Deluxe Edition Book 1. And there are deluxe editions which clicks the 1 through 12.
Yeah.
And then there is Codename G.I. Joe Deluxe Edition Book 1. Oh my lord. Because now, here's the single issue reading order.
Yeah.
Void Rivals 1 through 4, Transformers 1, Void Rivals 5. I can't do that. I can't bounce that, dude.
And I really don't think you need to.
Okay. That's awful that they would make you do that. I mean, I get it from a sales standpoint.
Yeah.
That if you're going to follow it, you follow it in that kind of order. But for someone like me that wants to jump into a universe like that and have to go back and forth in your trades, say stop at this point in this trade, jump over to your other trade, read that one volume, then drop. You can't do that. Don't do that, guys. That's. I don't agree with that method of doing it, but that's just me. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Got caught up reading this website. What caught my eye was Robert Hickman's Fantastic Four, something, and I was like, ooh, I could always go back to that. That's a great Fantastic Four run. Oh, so good. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's all right.
Where are we at? All right, so you picked up, that's what you got at the V-Stock, and was that everything you picked up from V-Stock?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So as far as the con goes, going back to that real quick, any toys? Did the boy get any good toys?
he bought a few. He bought one of the Bad Batch Black Series figures.
Mm-hmm.
A little Transformer statue thing. It was like $5. He bought some minifigs. I think everyone walked away with minifigs in our family. So
Okay, so everyone got minifigs.
yeah.
Any good sketches? Anyone doing sketches or any artwork that was bought? No sketches or artwork?
No, not really. I mean, it's not like back when we went to Chicago and like they would sit there and sketch while they're like signing autographs for people. They charge for that stuff now.
Okay. What about just like prints?
No, we didn't really get any prints this year. Kaylee bought a bunch of junk. She saved her tax return check.
Okay.
And pretty much blew the whole thing. And then she also, as we're walking out, she had this bag she saw and she went back and bought it. It was $120 leather like satchel. I'm like,
but it looks so cool. She looks like Indiana Jones, bro.
I was like, you've got so many bags as it is. She's like, I'll sell some. Has she sold any?
Will you though?
No.
Will you though?
Yeah.
That's what I would. Will you?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Con flu. Anyone come home with the flu?
Nope. All came home healthy.
Nice. That's always a good thing. And then did we eat at the con? Any con hot dogs or nachos?
No, we didn't. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, we just grabbed snacks and stuff and ate on the road.
Okay. As far as the stars that were there, when you walk down the star row, anyone that you could speak of that you actually could see?
I did not even walk through it.
Didn't even walk through.
No,
see, come on, that's the fun part. You walk through and go, I'll see you, but I ain't paying to see you.
I'm like, I'm gonna beat people down as it is. If I can avoid more people, I will avoid more people.
Let's see. Was our boy Obi-Wan Kenobi there? That dresses with the one way.
I did not see him.
Okay.
But I was a little disappointed in the cosplay.
How was cosplay? Was it good cosplay?
No, I was a little disappointed. It was more anime stuff than anything. Not a lot of superheroes. A lot of blind lawyers.
Okay, of course. Yeah.
There was a really awesome Iron Man and War Machine, though. Like, you could hear them walking around without seeing them because their suits were just massive and impressive.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What was the one T-shirt that everyone was getting?
No clue.
No clue. Okay. Because I remember one year from a con. It's the first time I saw this where it was basically an Iron Man shirt was supposed to be a ripoff. It was a black T-shirt, but it had LED lights built into the chest.
Yeah.
A circle. Do you remember that at all?
Yeah, I do.
See, now I go. That's the one right there.
Yeah.
Or there's a helmet or a hat or something that everyone ends up buying or something like that. No, nothing. No. What about any con exclusives?
No, they don't really do that stuff at Planet Comic-Con.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, let's see. Any graded comic books that you saw? You're like, man, that's not a bad price, and I might actually want to add that, like, to hang on my wall, or it's a rare one to put it behind the plexiglass, or what it's called, whatever those things are, the protectors.
Yeah.
Any of those?
No, I didn't really see anything. Because when I go with my kids, I'm paying more attention to where they're at, and I'm looking for trades, and that was unfortunately the bulk of what I would see. I'd be looking for toys for Will. Hey, there's Transformers over here. Come on over.
Okay. A lot of loose toys.
Yeah.
Tons, yeah.
Yeah, and that was really cool because there would be stuff I'd see. I'd be like, oh man, I had this. I remember playing with this.
Yep. Did they have the Constructicons? That's what I always remember. I wish I would have kept on holding my Constructicons.
I didn't see any of the vintage ones.
No.
Will did.
Neon green.
Will bought a set of Constructicons. They were smaller than the actual ones, so when he puts them all together, they're about the size of a normal Transformer.
Oh, okay.
But he's like, he's like, that's kind of cool because then I can have them interact with the other Transformers like normal.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. So a successful con, but may not return next year.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If I tell the kids we're not going next year, at least two of them are going to be upset.
Oh, okay. Well, it's become tradition a little bit now. So
yeah.
Maybe, yeah. But there's nothing, like you said, there's really not anything here in St. Louis anymore.
Yeah.
which is sad.
There's a con coming up Memorial Day weekend called the Two Rivers Con. And
Okay, where's that one based out of?
I have no clue. I think it's a local one that they're putting on.
Like in a gym or something like that.
I don't know. I got to find out where it's at because when they started promoting it, they didn't have a location, but apparently they do now. I just don't know where it's at. It might be down like off Main Street, St. Charles.
I'm looking at it right now. Bear with me 1 second, sir.
All right. I mean, there's some decent people that are going to be there for it too.
Pulling it up. Let's see. Fan focused, family friendly. Phil Lamar is going to be
Yes.
there. Nice. That's awesome.
Yes.
Let's see. Get tickets. I'm trying to still see where they're saying it's going to be at. Wait. Oh, never mind. That's just an ad that's on here. I was going to say, for a second, there's an ad on here that says Geek to Me Radio, and it's John Cassier, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. I would love to meet the Crypt Keeper.
Yes.
I think that would be so cool. Let's see. It is off of 5th Street. That's definitely worth going to. It's not too far from Big A's. Oh, it's gonna be at the Lamborghini. It's where the St. Charles Convention is, not the convention center, but it's gonna be if I'm thinking about it, that's gotta be where that's at. Excuse me. Bear with me 1 second here. It's where my nephew and niece played soccer all the time in the indoor place. Is that what this place is? It's gotta be that. Where they have all the gun shows.
Okay. I think I know.
Or is it? Oh wait, it's at the Foundry.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting place to have. The Foundry's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Bear with me, because that's going to be hard to find parking if it's busy.
Yeah. There's a lot of street parking down that way, though.
Yeah, it's got to be the Foundry right there. It's the Foundry. If everything went to the right place.
I think so.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Presented by St. Charles Convention and Visitors Bureau. At the Foundry Arts Center. Okay, now I see it. Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
Our comic creators will be located at the Steel Shop, which we have designated as the Baxter Building. Wahaha. All right, hold on, dude. Let's see who's going to be there.
I'm looking at it now. That's
Carl Lumby. Phil Lamar is awesome.
Yes.
I like Phil Lamar. Susan Eisenberg. Let's see. Dan Reba. Okay.
Looks like they're getting a lot of Justice League people for it.
Yeah. Mark Bagley. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. If he actually does show up. Oh, Roy Thomas. That's a big name.
That is.
Phil Hester. That's a big name. But you already got his, you said.
Yeah.
Andre Parks. Yeah, he did a good Green Arrow run.
Yeah.
I remember
they did it together. Yeah. They did the Kevin Smith and the Brad Meltzer.
Yeah. Chuck Patton. I'm not familiar with you, Chuck Patton. But that is some big names. Phil Hester's a big name. Mark Bagley's a huge name, in my opinion.
Roy Thomas.
Yeah, that's a really big name. These are all the voice actors, I guess, from, like you said, Justice League.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, yeah, Mantis. He's the guy from Mantis. That's where I recognize him from. Okay. That's a cool little con.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Book your hotel. I don't know hotel for this thing, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's see how much they charge for you to get in this thing, dude. Hold on. Oh, that's super affordable. Super affordable. Especially for Friday for the kids' day, it's $10 to get in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Sarah. Oh, there's adult price and kids price. $10 for kids. $10 for kids. $20 for adult. That's not bad.
No, I can take that. Weekend pass.
That's not bad,
weekend pass is $50. $30 for kids.
Yeah. There you go. Very cool.
$30 is the kids' price anyway if you bought individual tickets. So
let's see which comic shops threw in here. We've got. I don't know. I've never heard of Reynolds Schneiderman Comics. I never heard of that. Magnitude 10 Comic Relief, of course. Mini Clicks, Prof G, Bugs. Where's Bugs is out by you now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hero Initiative, Robert Jones, Endless. Hey, there's Endless. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy Shop, which is tried and true.
Yeah.
Rala Ghostbusters. I didn't know Rala had a comic book shop. Look at that. Justin's 3D Prints, The Crystal Lizard. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Leisure Time Treasures, Tailors of the Weird, Cardinal Sin Spirits, Tabletop Masters, Cloud9 Comics, and Edible Stilettos. What the hell is Edible Stilettos?
I don't know, but man.
Well, those are your vendors and partners. They will all be there. So, all All right. Yeah. Okay. What's the name of your shop out by you?
Bugs.
Oh, you do. Okay,
Yeah.
Bugs is the one that you go to. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you ever tell them that they're a traitor to North County and that we office in North County hate them?
No. Are you kidding? He gives me a discount because we're in there so often now.
Nice. All right. So, okay, man. Let's see. It's 8:00. We go a little bit longer here. Did you have topics that you want to go over?
I did want to hit on the Doomsday cast that was revealed last week.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up because let's see. Because then there was also the thing you sent me for the April Fool's joke.
Yes.
You sent that one to me, right?
Yes. Okay. And that one really got me because like they start out with like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, and then it got down to like Sydney Sweeney and Jared Leto, and I'm like, oh god, it's April Fool's Day. That's right. But then I got down, and it's like the sandworm from Dune. I'm like, that is awesome.
Right. So hold on. I'm seeing a lot of names here. So you tell me if you actually saw their names on the chairs. Because I don't remember. I'm gonna read the ones I did not see the chairs for. Because mind you, I did not watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But was there a chair for Haley Steinfeld?
No, there was not.
Okay, but she's listed in the cast. Just to let you know on Google.
Okay.
So, Iman Vellini.
They have not.
Ms. Marvel.
They didn't say Ms. Marvel.
Tanak Huerta as Namor.
Yes, he was listed.
He did have a chair. Okay.
Yeah.
Louis Pullman. Did he have a chair?
Did not see him with a chair.
Okay, but he is listed. Danny Ramirez.
Yes.
Excuse me.
All right, okay. Here I've got the actual list from it in the order they released them.
Okay.
So we got Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby, the Invisible Woman, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright, Paul Rudd, Wyatt Russell, Namor, because I don't want to attempt that, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, Simu Liu,
what's his name? Yeah.
Florence Pugh, Kelsey Grammer, Louis Pullman, Danny Ramirez, Joseph Quinn, he's Human Torch, David Harbour, Winston Duke, Hannah John Kamen, she was Ghost.
Okay.
Tom Hiddleston, Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, Alan Cummings, Rebecca Romaine, James Marsden, Channing Tatum, Pedro Pascal, and then Robert Downey Jr. came out and sat in his chair.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So I'm sorry, did you say Patrick Stewart?
Yes.
Okay. So we had Patrick Stewart. So okay, let me list the ones that you did not say then. Okay. That would just be faster, I guess. Yeah. Tom Holland.
Yeah. No word yet.
Haley Steinfeld, which you already said. Iman, we already said. Let's keep going real quick. You said all these guys' names. You said their names. Benedict Cumberbatch. Did you say him?
No.
Yeah, he's on this list. Mark Ruffalo.
Yep.
Charlie Cox.
Not on there.
Haley Atwell.
Nope.
Oscar Isaac.
No.
Awkwafina.
No.
Catherine Newton.
No.
Tony Leung. Which he's listed as Chu Wei. Is he supposed to be the actual real Mandarin?
Yeah, Shang-Chi's dad.
Okay, yeah. I'm not going to try to pronounce this girl's name. I don't even know who she is. What? Xochitl Gomez?
America Chavez.
Okay. She's listed. Dominique Thorne. Don't know who she is. Benedict Wong, Paul Bettany, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Those are who are also listed in this cast list on Google.
Yeah, a lot.
So rumored versus actual, confirmed. I'm guessing.
Yeah, Dominic Thorne is Riri Williams.
Okay. So again.
So the big rumor though is Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch are supposed to be big parts of it, but we don't know for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume, I guess we say Anthony Mackie is now the leader of the Avengers?
I guess so. But everything I'm hearing is saying that the Thunderbolts are like the new version of the Avengers, the way they're making it seem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. I mean, I'm excited about the movie. I think that'd be good. You guys, did you eventually get to the theater to watch Captain America?
No, I've tried everything in my power to try to get everyone to go, but like, no one wants to miss it, but no one's ever available to go.
Yeah. So I think that one I'll just wait for Disney, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm about at that point.
I haven't heard good enough reviews to say go ahead and spend the money to go watch it.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts, though, I'm kind of really interested in that one. I kind of really want to experience that one in the theater.
Yeah.
I can't even name you the last movie I saw in the theater at this point. But I guess I'll pivot from that going, okay, a lot of cool names.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I don't know if I like Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. I think it's still kind of a cheap trick.
Yeah.
I don't like it. They could have gotten somebody good to do that. Not saying that Robert Downey Jr. is not good. I guess that came out wrong.
Yeah.
But just do something different.
Yeah, somebody different.
Okay. So we're on the same page there.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about James Marsden coming back as Cyclops because they're not going to use him as the main Cyclops when they actually bring the X-Men to this universe at some point. You can't, because I mean McKellen and Stewart are just getting too old for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they're not going to go back to the Fox people, right? I mean, they're bringing them in, for this just because of multiverse, right?
But they haven't brought any of the young people back. They're just bringing the original cast.
And see, I don't know how I feel about it because here's the thing. Wolverine is great. We all know Wolverine's your most known, most beloved X-Men just because he's the most popular. But if you're going to do this thing, if you're going to do X-Men in the MCU, you're going to do it. Cyclops has got to be a huge character because they got to get Avengers versus X-Men right.
Yeah.
They got to get it right because that's going to be a huge movie. It's going to be huge.
My guess is Secret Wars is going to be a reset button for them.
Okay.
And this will be their way to get a new Iron Man, a new Captain America.
Yeah.
And then they can bring in all the new X-Men that they want.
Okay. But I love James Marsden though. I thought he played Cyclops very well. But the problem is he didn't ever get enough screen time.
Yeah, he played him well. They didn't write him well.
No, they completely wasted his performance on it.
Yeah,
just wasted. I just hope they get it right. I really do. But the fact that Alan Cumming's coming back for Nightcrawler.
Oh, I know. I was so excited to see that.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
I like that. We'll see. Because I'm also looking at Thunderbolts. We're gonna get a look at the Sentry.
Yeah,
and let's see what they do. I mean, Sentry's gonna if you're gonna do New Avengers, right? Like that, I could see that. We're gonna get Secret Wars, right? And then after Secret Wars, if you're saying that's their new launching pad, my thought would be your new title for your next big Avengers movie, do New Avengers, and he's a big part of that. And Wolverine's a part of it. Mm-hmm. Spidey's a part of it. I'm trying to remember the whole cast from New Avengers, but the New Avengers run by Bendis was incredible. Yeah, that was really good.
Luke Cage, Ronan. I'm trying to think who else. Did he have Captain Marvel on it?
No, but he had what's her name? Luke. It was Luke and his wife were both in it.
Yeah, Jessica Jones.
Yeah, and Kristen Ritter was rumored, right? Well, no, that's from the April Fool's thing. Never mind.
But she has been rumored to be coming back.
Okay. But I just think New Avengers would be a cool way to reset, and you're bringing a bunch of the characters. But again, at some point, you're going to want to do Avengers versus X-Men, right? Because that's one of the biggest events in the past couple. I mean, at this point, it's decades old. At this point,
right?
But
at this point.
But still,
yeah.
Why not? But again, I don't want MCU to fumble and screw up the X-Men. They're too important to screw up.
Yeah.
They just are. Especially when you had that resurgence of popularity with X-Men 92. And then Wolverine Deadpool gave him a good farewell to the Fox universe, right?
Yeah.
Got a decent goodbye to all those guys. But the fact that you keep going back and bringing them back and just... if it's time to let go of these guys, then why bring them back?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it, but okay.
Well, and my question then is, we've seen that they can't try to force somebody else in the X-Men spot. Mm-hmm. Like, they tried to do that with Inhumans. Inhumans were going to be the next big thing, and then they kind of replaced them in the comics since they didn't have the rights to the X-Men in the movies, so... Mm-hmm. But nobody can replace the X-Men.
And do you agree with me that if we're going to do an X-Men movie, we don't need Wolverine?
No, they could do it without Wolverine.
But here's the thing: do you think they will?
I think so.
Interesting.
But
they won't go. But they won't go original cast. They won't go the original X-Men.
I don't think so. I wish they would, but I just don't see them doing that.
I don't know who they're gonna. That's gonna be the most interesting part. Is who. Not just the cast alone. The cast is one thing, but I mean from a cast as far as who's going to be your team, who's your lineup, who are you going to go with. Storm's definitely going to be in it. Cyclops has to be in it. Jean Grey's got to be in it if they're going to go that. Unless they're going to say people already know the Jean Grey story, they know the Phoenix story. We don't need to revisit that one again. Are we going to go with a different? We're going to go Emma. And we're going to go Scott, and we're going to go... Are we doing that route?
What if they take a page from James Gunn, and when they reset everything, the universe is already in motion?
Uh-huh.
What if the original 5 X-Men have already done their thing, and maybe we come in with giant-size X-Men, where they introduce, like, the international team?
That's a bold move.
It is a bold move, but...
Bold...
I mean, how many times are they going to try to do Dark Phoenix?
I hope not again. I hope not.
At least not for a while.
But we agree that we need to build up to X-Men or Avengers vs. X-Men. We got to build up to it, right?
Yeah.
So, what story arc are you looking at? You have to, because the thing is, you have to think of the time frame pre-Avengers X-Men. Avengers vs. X-Men. But you don't want to go so far back that you're doing stuff from the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Maybe in the 80s. I don't know.
I think you could get away with doing an 80s or 90s story prior to it.
Okay.
Something... I don't know. I don't think you could do Extinction Agenda, but maybe something like Fall of the Mutants or Inferno.
Okay.
Just
what's something more current? Let's go 2000s, right? Let's go a little more current.
They don't really have any iconic storylines like that, though. Like
I know. That's what makes it hard.
They had like Schism, which went into Avengers vs. X-Men, but I think you would need a couple movies first to set that up.
Correct, because you got to do the fraction between the team itself, between the X-Men themselves.
See,
because if I remember Avengers vs. X-Men correctly, it was kind of like Wolverine kind of had to play both sides.
Yes.
Like he was trying to be peacekeeper between the two.
And that was when Scott was on one side and he was on the other of the X-Men anyway.
Yeah. Yep. You got to build towards that.
Yeah.
I would prefer a movie without Wolverine for the first one, but then you bring in Wolverine for the next one.
Yeah.
Because you got to have him introduced. For either New Avengers or for Avengers vs. X-Men. So.
Yes.
Okay. Well, interesting stuff. I do have one I want to throw at you because there was big news today in regards to the Spider-Man 4 announcement. Brand new day. How do you feel about it?
I think the name fits.
The name fits, just don't follow
yes.
the storyline. Although, are they going to go with Mephisto as the villain?
I don't think so, because I don't think so either. They're going to try to keep it more grounded.
Yeah. So, and then the rumor now, I think the biggest rumor that's going to get a lot of lists, Sadie Sink is Mayday. May Parker, or whatever they call her, and the she's going to be the child from a different universe, and they're going to bring her in. Which I think that's stupid. If this whole point was to go, okay, we're resetting, and he's going to be a grounded Spider-Man. He's the neighborhood Spider-Man. We're going back to the roots of he's in the neighborhood again.
Yeah,
that makes no sense to bring in an Elseworlds daughter at this point. Tom Holland is not. He just doesn't fit it. At that point, he doesn't fit the older Peter Parker where you would bring in, Garfield fits it now perfectly.
Oh yeah,
where he's the teacher, or he to Mary Jane, and they have the kid and all that stuff if they want to go that route at some point.
Yeah,
but Tom Holland doesn't fit it. He doesn't. He still has that kid look to him.
Yeah,
he can still pull off the teenager Spider-Man at this point. If that's what they're going for, are they still? Because how old is he now? He's probably almost in 30 at this point, though.
Closing in,
looks like a kid. How old is Tom Holland? He's gonna age out if that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
He's 28 years old already.
Yeah.
That's crazy that he's already 28 years old.
Yeah. So along with the name, they released that it's going to come out July 31st, 2026.
Okay.
That was a week after what they initially had it on the schedule for.
Okay.
But then I don't know if you saw, they also announced that in July of 2027, no, it is June 4th, 2027, Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to come out.
Oh, as far as the follow-up for the animated?
Yes.
Okay. That's a long time for us to have to wait.
It is.
With the cliffhanger ending, dude.
Especially,
that's a long cliffhanger.
Well, and everything I heard was that the movie was done, and they were going to release them pretty close together, but then they took it off the calendar, and it's just been sitting there for the last almost year now.
That makes no sense.
No.
That makes no sense. But I will say this. I like Sadie Sink, but I think she's going to start, if they're going for a teenager thing or something, if she's supposed to be Mary Jane, I don't know. I don't know who they're... And here's the one thing I'm really scared about, and I wouldn't put it past Disney to do this, because this is just what Disney does. We're getting rid of Tom Holland. She's our new Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
I could see it. She could... The one person they haven't said yet, and they haven't done the storyline, is she's the clone.
Oh, yeah.
And if they want to go for girl power, and Disney's all about that, I could definitely see this is how you move Tom Holland along. Because I don't know what his contract looks like anymore. They just do it one movie at a time now, and he kind of just says when he's going to do it or not.
I think they set it up for trilogies with other appearerances.
Okay. See, and I don't know where he has in regards to how many more contractual obligations does he have to play the role. I don't think there's no way he has that many more left to go.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I don't know. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure I say the names right. Because no, not Ben Reilly. What was her name? She's Spider-Girl, obviously, but what's her real name? Why is my brain just getting worse and worse as I get older?
Because you're getting older.
I know, right? Jessica Drew. There you go.
Oh,
Thank you. She could be Jessica Drew very easily.
Yeah, they might want to stay away from that, though, because wasn't she one of the three in Madam Web?
She was in that?
No. I think that was the Sydney Sweeney one.
She was Jessica Drew?
I don't remember for sure.
Tried to block Stop it. Here, while Madam Web and her web-slinging allies have ushered in a new era of heroes for the studio, the question remains, why didn't they include the obvious choice, Jessica Drew? She was not in it. Thank the Lord. You had me scared there for a second.
Yeah, she was Julia Cornwall.
What? Who's Julia Cornwall?
I don't know. Because the other two were both Spider...
Julia Carpenter was a Spider-Girl.
Yeah, her character was Julia Cornwall.
Who is she supposed to... I guess she's just a version of Julia Carpenter.
I guess.
Did she use a different name?
Must be. Because the other two, I think the Anya Corazon, she was that Indian one.
Here you go. Julia Cornwall is Julia... Okay, so Julia... Sorry, Cornwall is Julia's maiden name. She gets the name Carpenter when she marries her husband, Larry.
Okay.
Given how the Julia primary scene in Madam Web is a younger version seen before she even gets her powers, it makes sense for her last name to be Cornwall, not Carpenter yet.
Okay.
Because she appears in Secret Wars. So Sydney Sweeney coming back for Secret Wars. Oh, God, help us.
Yeah, please no.
And Jen didn't give me her review of, I'm going tangent big time, but Venom, the third one came out on Netflix, and she watched it. Because for some reason, she liked all three, I guess. But she did not give me, or she liked the first two. She wanted to watch the third one.
Yeah.
She's not giving me her. Did you watch it yet?
No, I haven't even seen the second one.
Neither have I. You are not alone, sir. You are not alone.
I mean,
Did you watch Madam Web?
Oh, yeah. It was so bad.
Oh, God.
It was so bad.
Which is worse, Morbius or this?
They had their own special versions of bad, so it's hard. It's hard to pick one. I'd probably go Morbius over Madam Web as the worst.
That's how bad Morbius is. It's really bad. It's Morbin time, bro.
Yeah.
It's Morbin time. So here's my question: are they so bad? Could it become a cult classic by how bad they both are?
I think so.
And those, see, there's a special place for everybody. For as many people that hate it, there's probably some people that actually really liked it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's see. That was the big news I wanted to share about was Spider-Man, and then I like the name. It makes so much sense. That name's perfect. It's perfect for the next film. I just don't know where are we going. Is what I want to say. Where are we going in regards to who's going to be the villain? What's our main? Where's Peter at? Is the Michelle character gone? Is Ned? Is he going to become Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
Are we going to see the turn to him to being a villain at some point? Can he perform that? Can you see him as a villain? I mean, he's fun as the quirky sidekick.
Yeah, as the guy in the chair.
He's good as the guy in the chair, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. Even if he lost all the weight, that's what I'm saying. Can he pull off a villain?
I don't know.
That's Hobgoblin that does a lot of acrobatic stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think he can do it.
I don't think so either.
But whatever.
Yeah. He can do anything with CG.
You're not wrong. So, I'm just curious. I'm curious where it's gonna go. That's coming out in 2026. You said?
Yeah.
That's not good. We got a year. We can make it a year. I'm just curious where they're going. But I would not put it past them that if they're ready to move on Tom Holland at some point.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Maybe that's the route they're gonna go. Which I don't know if I like that or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then again, we have to go and say who's going to be our next Spider-Man. Or do we say we're done with Tom Holland as Spider-Man, then we can finally get Miles. He's got to get his big screen movie at some point, right?
Yeah. Oh, he definitely will.
But how long are we going to wait?
I don't know. Maybe they introduce him in Secret Wars, and that's how you get him.
Okay.
And then
it's got to happen. It's got to happen at some point.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's how they pulled him into the 616 in the comic books is Secret Wars.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right, did you have any other topics?
No. Thanks for listening. Follow us on social media at Nyrdcast. It's NYRDCAST. And at our website, nerdcast.com. Be sure to rate and review the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. This week's featured track is First Time by Simple Stone.
To gleam, standing out